What happens when the US Navy, with its century of global dominance, comes face to face with China's rapidly expanding fleet in the Pacific? The answer could reveal whether Beijing's naval rise is real power or just an illusion. One is the established naval superpower, with fleets stretching across the globe. The other is the challenger, building ships at a pace not seen since World War II, determined to rewrite the balance of maritime power. But here's the twist. While headlines proclaim China's rise as unstoppable, many wonder, is this true strength, or is it partly an illusion? By the end of this video, you'll see why the answer isn't as simple as counting ships, and why the story of American dominance and Chinese ambition is far more complicated and more fascinating than it first appears. For more than 7 decades, the United States Navy has been the undisputed master of the seas. From the closing battles of World War II, through the Cold War, to modern times, American carriers, submarines, and destroyers have patrolled every ocean. The symbol of this dominance is the Aircraft Carrier Strike Group. The U.S. operates 11 nuclear-powered supercarriers, each longer than 3 football fields, displacing over 100,000 tons. On their decks, up to 90 aircraft, including the stealthy F-35C, can be launched with precision using electromagnetic catapults. Surrounding each carrier is a shield of Aegis-equipped cruisers, destroyers, submarines, and support vessels, forming a moving city of war. No other navy has this scale or reach. U.S. carriers are global, not tied to any single theater. They can operate off the coast of Europe, in the Persian Gulf, or deep in the Pacific. And beyond hardware, the U.S. Navy has something China cannot buy: decades of combat experience. From Korea to Vietnam, from the Persian Gulf to Afghanistan, American carrier pilots and crews have trained and fought in real-world conditions. But while America projects power across the globe, something is happening in the Western Pacific that challenges this order. Only 2 decades ago, China's Navy was a coastal defense force. Its fleet was small, outdated, and incapable of projecting power beyond its shores. Yet today, Beijing boasts the world's largest navy by sheer numbers, over 370 warships, with more launched every year. At the heart of this transformation are its new aircraft carriers. The Liaoning, a refurbished Soviet ship, was China's first step. The Shandong, domestically built, followed quickly. And then came the Type 003 Fujian, a leap forward with advanced electromagnetic launch systems similar to those of America's Gerald R. Ford class. Chinese media proudly presents the Fujian as proof that China has caught up with the United States. Footage of massive hulls sliding into the water and squadrons of J-15 and prototype J-35 fighters taking flight feeds the image of a rising maritime superpower. But here is the question lurking beneath the headlines. Does building ships equal dominance? Numbers alone don't tell the whole story. On paper, China looks impressive. It produces destroyers, frigates, and submarines at breakneck speed. Its shipyards outpace those of the United States, and its coastline bristles with anti-ship ballistic missiles like the DF-21D and DF-26, nicknamed carrier killers. Yet critics point out that much of this rise may be more appearance than reality. First, experience. American sailors have been operating carriers for nearly a century. Chinese carrier aviation only began in earnest in the 2010s. Launching and recovering jets at sea is one of the most difficult feats in modern warfare. Pilots must master night landings on a moving deck, rough seas, and complex logistics. The U.S. has trained thousands of carrier aviators. China is still producing its first generations. Second, global reach. The U.S. Navy is designed for worldwide deployment. Its carriers are nuclear-powered, able to sail for decades without refueling. Chinese carriers are conventionally powered, requiring constant resupply and limiting their endurance. While American strike groups patrol the Mediterranean, the Persian Gulf, and the Pacific, Chinese carriers rarely stray far from home waters. Third, combat credibility. The U.S. has tested its naval power in wars and conflicts for decades. China's Navy, despite rapid modernization, remains largely untested in real combat. A force may look formidable in parades, but true strength is measured in battle. Mini-hook. So is China's Navy a juggernaut or a paper dragon? Let's place the USS Gerald R. Ford against the Fujian. The Ford, America's newest carrier, displaces over 100,000 tons, powered by nuclear reactors, giving it essentially unlimited range. It carries F-35C stealth fighters, advanced radar, and the revolutionary EMALS launch system. Surrounding it are Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, Ticonderoga cruisers, Virginia-class submarines, and a fleet of support ships. The Fujian is impressive, China's largest and most advanced carrier yet. At 80,000 tons, with electromagnetic catapults, it can launch heavier aircraft like the J-35 stealth fighter. But its air wing remains small, its endurance limited, and its escorts less capable compared to America's. In a hypothetical clash, the Ford's battle group offers layered defense, from Aegis interceptors to submarines hunting below. The Fujian would rely heavily on land-based missiles and aircraft to tip the balance. This underscores a strategic truth. China's Navy is powerful near its shores, but far weaker the further it sails. Mini-hook, global dominance or regional power, that's the real dividing line. This brings us to the heart of the matter. The United States seeks to dominate the world's oceans. Its Navy exists to guarantee global trade routes, reassure allies, and deter adversaries anywhere on the map. China's Navy serves a different purpose, securing the South China Sea and deterring U.S. intervention around Taiwan. Its growing fleet, anti-access missiles, and artificial island bases all point to one goal: controlling its immediate neighborhood. From Beijing's perspective, this is rational strategy. Why stretch for global dominance when regional control achieves your objectives? Yet from Washington's perspective, global leadership requires more than numbers. It requires presence, alliances, and experience. This is where the illusion emerges. China may appear to be rivaling the U.S. Navy, but its reach, training, and combat credibility remain limited. It may dominate within the first island chain, but beyond that, the shadow of American power still looms. The naval rivalry between the U.S. and China is not just about ships, it's about visions of world order. The U.S. sees itself as the guardian of a rules-based system, ensuring sea lanes remain open. China envisions a world where its influence is uncontested in its near seas, and where its navy symbolizes national rejuvenation. So, when Chinese commentators boast of overtaking America, one must ask, is this confidence grounded in reality, or is it partly nationalist theater? History teaches us that building ships is the easy part. Mastering the oceans takes generations. Mini-hook. Steel alone does not make a navy. Experience does. So, who truly rules the seas? For now, the answer is clear. The United States Navy remains the world's only global maritime superpower. Its nuclear carriers, global bases, and combat-tested crews ensure unmatched dominance. China's Navy is powerful, growing, and ambitious, but much of its image rests on the surface. Beneath the headlines lies a gap in experience, reach, and resilience. China has made remarkable progress, yes, but whether it has genuinely matched America, or whether it is partly an illusion and born of rapid construction and propaganda, remains an open question. The lesson is this: true sea power isn't just about numbers. It's about endurance, experience, and the ability to project force across the globe. And by those measures, America still holds the crown. So, what do you think? Is China's naval rise a genuine challenge to U.S. dominance, or is it more illusion than reality? Could Beijing truly displace Washington as the master of the seas, or will the U.S. Navy's century of experience keep it ahead? Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more deep dive analysis, and join me next time as we explore how military technology continues to shape the future of global power.